remaining.
Another anti-mage ban. Okay, it's actually even Aster getting rid of it.
5 seconds remaining.
Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
No Night Stalker ban. I'm really feeling it.
What were the changes to AM? Anti-mage.
They gave his Ag and him Scepter like Blink Shard 3 charges.
That's
something
that's
like
right.
that.
Some people were trying to. I know Kezu and Ice has already been playing offlane anti-mage, really trying to make this potentially viable. So I'm not sure how the differences in the 7.30 patch notes kind of impact his carry, but this is a new hero.
Now this is another way to deal with a Shadow Demon, right? Like, you need to go into something that's able to purge off the global silence, or you just need to stand there and be useless
5
for the
seconds
duration of
remaining.
Silence's ulti. Pretty good harass as well, now that they changed the fact that Arcane Curse does double the damage if the target is silenced. So not only do you have synergy with the last word, but also Storm Spirit probably going to go into an Orchid. So you've got a lot of burst damage potential, and it is surprising. Like, in a couple of team fights that I played in games quite recently, I'm like, oh, I've got an Arcane Curse on me. I just won't cast spells, but I was silenced as well, and I just ended up ticking out, and I had to TP all the way back to base because I would have died otherwise. Good lane, though.
Yeah. So this is a nice combo, at least from Aster, where they were lacking some ways to kind of gap close on the Storm and the Sansa. Now the Earth Spirit Darkseer gives you a pretty formidable laning combo. Can be punished around the level 1, level 2, but still a great way to kind of get on these squishy heroes like the Sansa, like the Storm. Gives you someone to make rotations as well to kind of mirror the Earthshaker through the early game. And we got a Sven as well. What's your opinion about the Sven? Because I've been hearing some people think he got buffed up too.
I think he got buffed up a little bit, but I feel like that's more that some of it, like, the more ranged heroes that are able to kite him around got nerfed. I feel like the reason that they picked up this Fen is that they want to make sure that they can get maximum usage out of the Silencer Global, right? So they just need to burst down these targets as quickly as possible in that short duration. And I feel like with the God Strength, Echo Saber, some kind of crit, Sven's going to be one of those
10
heroes that's
seconds
capable of doing so.
remaining.
And at least gives
5
you
seconds remaining.
a tower hitter for Vici, physical damage, which they were very much requiring, and more importantly, also somewhere to take Ancients. Still stacks Ancients triangle camp because of the no map changes didn't get affected at all. Last patch, there was so much emphasis that pretty much every team needed to have one hero that was able to clear that area. Otherwise, it makes it so much more difficult on how your 3 cores and your supports can even get farm on the map. But as long as you have one hero that can just kind of pop themselves around the triangle and at least offer a way to kill off the Ancients, it can open up the map a lot.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and Aster are lacking that right now. Queen of Pain, unless you're going to pop your ultimate for it, you're not going to be taking any kind of Ancient stacks. Darkseer, way too slow. Warlock, he does. You're able to sit there and man fight against a Sven, provided that you do get that battle trance off, which is going to be quite nice. There is still the threat, though, that, you get chain bursted down before you're able to pop that. They don't have a ton in the form of save if the Shadow Demon's under the effect of that global silence.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm loving the new heroes we're seeing. We've seen a lot of new supports, seen some new carries, the Sven, the Troll, a new mid laner in the Queen of Pain. We got a new meta. I was worried that TA didn't get nerfed as much as what I was expecting. We're yet to see TA through our first series. That makes me super happy. We're looking for another old 11 hero, though. Anything kind of standing out at the moment? Pango, I feel like they need a self-sufficient offlaner, though.
Yeah. Sand King's there. It's not horrible. Gives them another way to start team fights. You have 2 stuns in lane, assuming that this is a 5 Earthshaker, which you probably think it would be. Sorry, a 4 Earthshaker.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got multiple ways to start fights. Got kind of a beefy here on the Sven. I feel like you want a decent lane. They do go Timber.
Now select your heroes.
Okay. Kezu rolling in his grave right now. Well, he's not dead, but
I am really intrigued to see how Timber fares, yeah, because you're against a potential break from Shadow Demon if he gets a lot of farm. Earth Spirit can go for the Spirit Vessel. looks like a pretty decent Timber game. Apart from that, Quap's got pure damage, which is nice. How are we feeling about the Timber pick?
I'm not crazy about it. It is one of the few self-sustainable heroes left, though,
Yeah.
right? Like, you might not necessarily be thinking about what it's going to do in the later stages of the game. It's just what it might enable the Earthshaker to do, whether that be creating stacks or rotating mid when Storm Spirit hits his early timings.
Yeah, that's I think the big thing that we're looking for, though. At least having a self-sufficient offlaner that maybe enables the Earthshaker, like you're saying, just to get a little bit more active, and because this hero doesn't often like to play in the lane because of how weak he can be. So going for a hero that is able to play 1v2, maybe this might leave him vulnerable, though, because you've got a Shadow Demon which can banish to sit up for a Earth Spirit TP rotation. So we'll see how you feel about this. Both game one, and game two were a little bit more one-sided for the team that was able to win. How do you feel about this game three draft?
Well, I predicted incorrectly for those two games, so I'm not sure if I'm the right person to ask. Again, it's all going to come down to execution, right? Because it feels like there is such a huge potential for Wombo combo on the Aster side. Not only do you have, the roll-in, magnetize, vac, wall, sonic wave, but now if they're able to amplify that even further with the Soul Catcher, now the fact that it does spell amplification per hero that gets hit by it, it just seems like we could see a huge explosion, right, happen because of how Team Aster are looking to take these team fights. But for me, I'm looking out for DY. How is he going to be able to react and coordinate with his team? Because I feel like even just the cast time on God Strength might, if you're casting it after the Global Silence comes out and then blinking in, that might be too late. They might still be able to turn a fight around when the Global Silence wears off. But if you're already God Strength, you blink in and immediately silence
30
after that,
seconds to battle.
then, I feel like Vici could take it. So, could go either way. I'm still kind of feeling like this Earthshaker's a little too passive for mine. So, I'm going to lean a bit more towards Aster.
Well, it wouldn't be a China game if it wasn't for an immense amount of team fight. Radiant with their Echo, with their Global Silence, and then Dire with their Wall, their Magnetize, their Sonic Wave. Potentials for either teams to have big clashes with all these ultimates. But of course, it's going to start from the early start. We see the bounties. Nothing looking too different. Looks like a 2 for 2. So even this time, we've seen some very early first bloods in both our game ones and games two. Is there any lanes that we should be paying some attention to?
I mean, there's always a risk of kills happening in any kind of Earth Spirit Darkseer lane, right? Not at level 1, but level 2 onwards. You can kick people back, you can get them underneath a couple of ion shells, especially something like a silencer who, isn't someone with an escape, doesn't have the greatest movement speed, so could be in a threat. And then, of course, the mid lane as well. There's always now this... you would assume that White Album is going to win this lane comfortably.
Denied!
Yeah, so we'll see. There's been a lot of emphasis so far on blocking the small camp. At the moment, both the mid laners have this open to potentially shove out the lane and try and find the farm. So eyes on if Ori is going to rotate back into the jungle very early on. Maybe if he gets some helps from stacks early. Earthshaker, if he wants to play around the hard camp, then rotate down bottom as old 11. Taking some high DPS at the moment, but now that he hits level 2, he's actually going to Timber Chain on 4. They've got the level 2 advantage, and even though you nerf the Timber Chain, it's still enough to pick up first blood, and he'll just sacrifice his life.
He'll gladly give that one up. White Album, he's holding the 1 point at the moment. I wonder if he might go for a cheeky sort of blink play after he gets this extra amount of experience from the wave. It seems like he's just trying to kill it as quickly as possible. Still holding on to it. Oh, I would have been tempted to go for it, I'll be honest.
He's got Bottle now, and Ori doesn't, so this is going to be pretty much a full wave for free for White Album.
Yeah, he's just going to have to wait for that bottle to come out to him. Is it just a bottle? Yeah, okay. So it's moving relatively fast. I'm not the biggest mid player. I'm not sure if the Shadow Strike acts the same as like for example, Splinter Blast, right? if you cast it on Wyvern, and then if you level up while it's mid-air and you level it up, it does the increased damage. I wonder if it would be the same with Shadow Strike, and if he might have been able to get the
Bottom
kill.
lane,
Because he leveled up
Borax.
after he cast it.
Oh, is he gonna stay alive? Poyoyo. He's got the movement speed to just chase him down. That's nice kill to pick up here from your Sven. They're gonna try and jump the Darkseer, who XXS got the escape still available in the Surge.
No +2 though, unfortunate. It was just a little bit too far away.
Saw the lanes though just being constant harassment. At least Ori has already used these bottle charges. He's got a bounty that he can potentially pick up around the triangle. Queen of Pain is going to have a lot more mobility though to secure the water runes, so this might make it very difficult for Ori. Maybe this is where PYW can come into play to at least secure one of the runes.
Potentially, as Ori tried to go for a bit of a play there, pulling him back underneath the tower, but White Album blinks to jaunt it through. Honestly, Storm Spirit's doing a really good job in lane, getting a ton of last hits that he probably shouldn't, getting a fair few denies off as well. But, you know, I feel like, especially once he hits onto level 5, that Shadow Strike is just going to be way too much to deal with. PYW setting up. They have complete understanding that he's here, though.
Oh, just on the wrong side. Is White Album going to...
He's thinking about it.
No.
I think he wants level 5. No, you wouldn't go for this, would you?
He's... We see Borax hasn't rotated just yet. I was thinking it was going to mirror the movement as XXS is in trouble. Surge, is it enough? One more use of the glaive and DY will find it.
Tried to go for a kill, but again, this Quap is so sustainable on its own that even a 2v1 isn't enough.
Lenham, wait, Lenham? Is this the next level play? He just ran past the bounty, and then Earthshaker's not picking. Okay, he's going back out. I don't know what just happened. Like, I think he was.
Did he see PYW?
No, he didn't. He probably saw PYW looking to connect to top after helping out mid, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, you didn't want to grief his Storm Spirit, right? You're already in a tough lane as it is, and if you're taking away his bounty rig, you know you're going to get an earful.
Yeah. And this is leaving old 11 solo, so, I mean, the Timber, First Blood, 17 last hits. Looks like he's now level 4, about to be level 5, which is going to get him out of the potential threshold to burst him down. Down bot there on top of DY. XXS with 2 points up in the Iron Shell, but the TP coming through from Ori. He doesn't have the level 5 on the Storm, so he can't really close the distance just yet. Has to rely on the slows occasionally from the Overload. Can he get that vision and close the distance? And he cannot. So this is a big move from Ori. At least he'll get a full wave for free and not eating a dagger, I guess, if that's a silver lining.
Right. I mean, the Shaker's soaking up somewhat in the mid lane, but this is always what's going to happen this patch against a Queen of Pain, right? It's just so hard to trade into someone that's got a ton of sustainability.
Yeah, how incredibly strong you can be in the laning stage, and White Album's only gone for 2 points in the Shadow Strike as well, so probably going to start to put a lot more emphasis in maxing out the Scream, which kind of can be your farming utensil and also your burst damage as well, which is going to be very important to help bring down old 11 early.
So now that we're in game and we can look at talents, it's kind of fitting that we've got an Earthshaker in the game, because have a look at Quap's talents. Level 20, Scream of Pain damage. Apparently, it acts kind of like Echo Slam. So if you're standing next to multiple units and it all hits, someone can take like 1400 damage from a single Scream of Pain.
The
like
good old,
basically.
the good old bugs after some big patches. They're always foreseen. You know, there's been some real big ones though. That's seemed to be through 7.3, but for Aster, solid start for them. They're kind of splatting away Vici Gaming. Any stacks starting to be created. There's a triple at the Ancients, double at the Heart as well for Storm Spirit. So you know, Ori is definitely the lowest net worth out of the cores, but at least he has some way to catch back up.
He does. You know, the team has been helping him out as much as they can. It was always going to be a hard lane, which, you know, we talked about it. As soon as that Storm Spirit got picked up, yes, it's good against the Shadow Demon, but you are opening yourself up so much to be encountered by picking it as the 3rd overall pick in the draft.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You see both
Radiant's bottom
DY
tower
is
is under attack.
trying to soak up his experience, work towards that level 6. The moment Earth Spirit hasn't really thought about any
Radiant
rotations as
structures
well. They
are
might be able to
fortified.
catch out Lenham.
Radiant's bottom
You see all the
tower
supports
is under
across the map
attack.
just looking to get closer and closer towards their ultimate timings. Unfortunately for Lenham, he's going to get cut down. Even Ori getting involved there. So some assist gold, some experience as well that he can accumulate. But yeah, will be a trade in the T1 towers from either team's safe lane.
Radiant's
I don't think you
middle
mind too
tower
much
is
if you're
under
Aster.
attack.
Yeah, it
Radiant's
sucks
bottom
losing your
tower
top
is
side,
under
but you're against a
attack.
Timbersaw. It's always going to happen once he hits level 6.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now, mid lane. Or he's been able to take up a little bit of farm. You can see he's come back to the pack a little bit now that, you know, he was able to farm up that stack. He's nearly got the power tread, so some much needed stats going to come his way very soon. Don't think they're quite ready to fight just yet, though, as the mech rush seems to be the go here for Darkseer. Just wanting a lot of sustain, especially if you're able to get out of a lot of those silences coming through from Vici Gaming's side. You can turn things around.
They might look to dive Puyoyo. Lenham was... just going
a little
behind. Yeah, it's a little deep.
I don't
9 minutes
think we've
in.
seen a single, like, pre-10-minute tier 2 dive go well. So
Yeah, I
maybe
was
they're
just like...
thinking, well,
I'm like, Lenham had no ward and he was walking behind a T2 tower. I'm like, maybe he's just trying to scout out if anyone's trying to help the Sven, and he's just walked there, walked back away. Timber, he's going to come join them down bot, but killing off XXS. He's only got 1 point in Surge, so continuously gap closing. We're seeing that little fast piggy come into play as well. I don't believe they get old 11. How close to Spirit Vessel are they? Yeah, Borax, he's only got the urn and still not a lot of gold left in the bank to build towards this. They're going to make an attempt though. While showing up. Got enough mana for the pure damage from the Sonic Wave, but man, look how beefy old 11 is. He'll just turn back around. A hood popped and no care in the
Dire's
world.
middle tower is under attack.
and this is the thing. This is what having something like a Timbersaw is capable of doing. You can park him in the dead lane. He don't really care that much about his survivability once he's got these initial items.
Wide open mid lane. Ori's able to catch him out. A lot of mana committed here, but the global silence as well. The first use of the game, along with the echo. A mass amount of damage on top of the huge stack there as PYW rips apart Borax.
Yeah, that's amazing play from PYW. Realizing that he had a Timbersaw, so he parked himself on that top side, got himself about 300 extra gold from a full creep wave. TP bot didn't need to save him, but he was there if the Timbersaw did need to, you know, have a little bit of a reprieve just through a Fisher stun. And then having the presence of mind as soon as he saw that stack coming his way, pops the echo, and now, I mean, I give Earthshakers a lot of grief that they're, you know, do-nothing heroes, but PYW, he's doing a fair amount so far this game, so he's doing his job to perfection.
Yep, 1-0 and 3. 1,400 gold in the bank as well here for the
Dire's
Earthshaker.
middle tower is
And more
under
than
attack.
halfway towards that Blink Dagger and get active early on. The smoke gonna run into DY here. Not the target that we're looking for, but unfortunately the target they'll get nonetheless. Some gold and some experience going their way. As Monet down bot is getting dived, he'll just attempt the TP out. The damage from Old 11 is not enough with the Chakramon
Dire's
cooldown.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Continuing a farm though is PYW. Takes a double stack for himself. And only about 600 gold away from his Blink Dagger. This is going to be pretty damn early.
That it is, but Dire, they're looking to utilize this first
Dire's
catapult, at least, sorry, the
bottom
second
tower is under
catapult.
attack.
T1 tower up
Radiant's
top,
top tower
taking
is
a lot
under
of damage here. They've got 4 heroes nearby. So currently a strength in numbers for Aster.
Radiant
Echo on
structures
cooldown for
are
50,
fortified.
global silence down as well. How do they start the fight? The
Dire's
greatest
bottom
way with the
tower has
fissure,
fallen.
and it gives at least Aster enough time
Dire's
to
bottom
reset
tower
here.
is
So
under
that's a
attack.
hefty
Radiant's
amount
top
of
tower
heroes
has
forced up
been
top. In fact,
denied.
all 5 from Vici to get the deny.
They get the deny, but it's Shaker that does it. Slightly more gold going his way once again. Another bounty rune picked up from the trusty shovel. Another bounty rune used here by Ori.
Oh, wow.
And he's just going to throw himself into the mid lane. Like, he basically has that blink dagger.
Dire are scanning.
13 minutes.
Yeah, it's incredible timing here from PYW. They've done a very good job to give him a lot of farm priority as well. Old 11 running up a high ground without any vision. Let's see if they got the perfect use of the overlap and the control. It's there at the moment, but the global silence unfortunately preventing it. It will not matter. So global used and Old 11 still falls.
Yeah. Only the demonic purge used as well by the shadow demons. So plenty of stuff. Oh, sorry, magnetize as well on top of that, but no sonic waves, so they've still got a lot of pick-off potential here.
Dire's middle tower
Orchid
is under
still a
attack.
tiny bit away, but you know, I'm sure that it's going to be Vici Gaming looking to make the next sort of play. That's the way these Chinese teams play. You know, they might have used a big ultimate in the global silence, but that's when they feel that the enemy team can be caught napping, when they feel like they've got a little bit of moment's rest. That's the time where they look to actually go and make one of these surprise item pickups happen, like PYW with his Blink Dagger.
Oh, no pings? Maybe XXS was watching the silencer last here, but yeah, no one pinged out the map. How do they want to angle this? PYW, there's going to be a creep wave coming forward. XXS, he's the target of the reveal here.
Dire's middle
That's a
tower is under
pretty big
attack.
kill to find as well, because XXS was having a solid game. He was 2-1-2 prior before the death in the mid lane, but Aster, they want to answer instantly. The Orchid reveal. Roll on 4 from Borax. Great use of the lockdown here, making sure there's no escape from the storm.
Exquisite agony.
They're not done. Another roll with the fast piggy. Good old pig pole. Interesting noodle item at that.
Invisibility.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just one of the benefits of viewing this just through Dota TV is that I'm actually going to go back and see what Darkseer was looking at when that smoke happened.
Have
I don't think
we
he actually had vision at all.
even? I thought daytime and silence are right click.
Yeah, no, like he was just standing on top of the cliff on the other side, so it was as if he was like just between right clicks, if that makes sense.
Yep. Well, this has been a lot of time for Monet. He did not get involved through 2 of these past fights, and also that tower defense up top before, so he's been freely farming around the triangle. He's looking for a very early BKB. Do you like the priority on going for the magic immunity item second?
I do, you know, it means he can just get in there on the back lines. I think his main priority is going to be disrupting the Earthshaker in particular. You know, if he's able to get in onto him, prevent the turnaround through the use of the Echo Slam, and hell, do a fair chunk of damage as well with a Magnetize and an Ion Shell on top of him, I think he'll have done his job.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty decent job to keep up with the Sven farm as well, considering Sven has this innate farming mechanic, and Troll kind of has to itemize for that. So the fact that, you know, he's about 500 gold behind, I'd say you're got to be really happy with Monet's farming patterns at the moment. And you know, 13 kills in, 16 minutes in, very even third game. You know, it's polar opposite. Game 1 was kind of a steamroll for Aster. Game 2 at this stage, Vici Gaming had quite the numeric lead, and jump in. They're on top of Borax. You see how easy the fissure can set up for Ori just to dive on deep,
Dire's
and
middle tower
they might try
is
and
under
target down the
attack.
Queen of Pain now, but they've kind of already used all the stuns available.
My eternal gratitude.
Yeah, just a little trigger happy with that one. I think maybe expecting that Ori had picked up the haste rune and could have followed up onto the Queen of Pain
Dire's
was
middle tower
the thought
has
there
fallen.
from DY, but still, they secure the kill, they secure the mid tower. You're going to be happy with that.
Dire's top
They're
tower
still
is
sticking
under
around.
attack.
A long zip in from Ori, but Len in perfect position with the banishment. Now Ori's used a lot of mana, but Queen of Pain also has lost a lot of health. But White Album still is going to jump on forward. No Orchid available. Old 11 the
So we got a
target.
Lotus.
Hood and Lotus Orb though. Good luck killing this man. Look how much space he's making. What? Is this just he was anticipating? I mean, I guess Lotus will purge off the Orchid. That's great and all. Was he probably anticipating the Earth Spirit to follow through with the Spirit Vessel?
I suppose so, but you always have the threat of, the Quap having an Orchid. You've got the Geomagnetic Grip as well on top of that, so you never want to just be stuck inside a Silence as this Timbersaw. Yeah, just look at all the wards around the map, particularly the Observer wards. This is one of the things that, like, you mentioned before, the map changes didn't really occur at all. And so you still kind of need these heroes that are able to take the ancient stacks. But with how all these wards are, take note, people watching in chat, 0 high ground wards. None are on top of a cliff. They're all in these, like, weird places. They finally place one down because they're about to take a team fight around the top side or Roche. But prior to that, I mean, how do you de-ward these things that are just completely random around the map? You just want as much vision of all of the entrance areas as possible.
They're on the troll down bot. Poyoyo as well should have the follow-up here. And without a T1 tower, he's got no extra reinforcements. Maybe the battle trance can delay as long as possible for potentially the Shadow Demon to get nearby. But Ori with the haste is able to kite through the potential lifesteal. Lenham, he's still nearby. Will drop a purge, but Ori looking for blood. A jump in forward, instant use of the global silence,
Nice
so preventing the Queen of Pain's follow-up burst. And now they've wasted the Orchid, so Ori can go back in for more. But the issue is Poyoyo is wasted the BKB. He's going to get brought down from 4 to 0. Now PYW getting kited as well. XXS even looking to show up for the fight with the strength in numbers from Aster. They'll be able to find 2 even though they lost the Troll Warlord very early on.
Worthy tribute.
Kind of surprising, and he also got really unlucky, right? No route onto the Storm Spirit meant that he was able to run away, delay things until the Shadow Demon could get there. And again, it's another one of these stories. Shadow Demon lives, able to get off the disruption, able to slow down the fight, Demonic Purge used to kite things out, and then of course the damage, that spell amplification, means that when the Queen of Pain joins the team fight, you're dead. You know, it's so much burst damage coming out from this Quap.
It was really cool how they are putting a lot of priority on, it seems like whenever the Queen of Pain's popping the Orchid, there's an instant global silence. They recognize that.
Yeah.
The Quap with this burst, you want to jump in, Orchid, Scream, Sonic Wave, get a +1 kill in the team fight, have the numbers advantage, and then go from there. And Silencer so far is just not giving them any opportunity to do that through these fights. It's probably going to change as the game goes on. He'll use it a lot more for team fights, stopping the wall and, potentially the Shadow Demon save or something like that. But early on, I like how DY is using this long cooldown ulti.
I wonder if they have like a secret, not necessarily a secret, but like a code word for using Global Silence, because just think of how quick you need to be in these high intensity games, right?
Oh, Timbo? Maybe if Fumane can stack up on top of him, or is nearby, zip in, instantly has to try and deal with Lenham on the backline, but the Orchid prevents the Storm Spirit damage, a 3-man stun. Maybe that's enough. Poyoyo coming to safety. He'll keep Ori alive, and now he's going to zip back in full with a Fissure Lockdown. What a beautiful stun from Poyoyo, clipping 3 heroes, and now they might catch out XXS as well. But he's got the pig pole. The fast little piggy can run back to safety.
And Old 11 didn't die. They committed 3 people onto him. They didn't finish their food. I mean, Queen of Pain went to the side to try and take out someone else, feeling that, this would have been enough with the Orchid used onto him, but that Lotus Orb just coming in clutch, meaning that he didn't take that burn damage afterwards.
And now we got a 2,000 net worth lead for Vici Gaming. Items continue to be accumulated here for the boys over on Radiant. Any big ones that we're seeing? Old 11, he's got a shard queued up. Ori, he's also looking for his own Orchid. What could kind of break open this game here from Vici?
For me, I feel like it might even be PYW's Ag Shard. Just being able to chain lock someone down before they're able to pop that BKB, right? Like, Quap having BKB is huge, actually. As soon as she jumps in and uses the Orchid, you might be tempted to pop the global, but now there's an extra layer of complexity to that, because if you global, bam, BKB, you can still use everything.
Yeah. We've seen as well, XXS, unfortunately for him, level 11. The second lowest, he's ahead of the Silencer, but, out of the cores, he's the lowest overall. Silence overlapped on the Storm to enable his zip on. White Album's still going to jump on forward. He's got to be careful because the silence is out from the last word, but he's got the BKB just in case. Now, Old 11's very far away from the team. Landing with the Purge. Nice use of the Lotus Orb from Old 11. He's literally getting tickled right now, but oh, wow, maybe not. The tickle stops, and now they burst him down and jump in. Echo Slam as well, straight on top of the Queen of Pain. They can overlap the stuns thanks to the Storm Hammer and a Borax as well. No escape here. They'll block the roll, and Team Aster will lose 4.
Straight into Roche as well. They don't have the God Strength just wearing off now, but oh, they might even think better of it. Yeah, I mean, that was the fight, you know? PYW coming in clutch again, making sure to get in onto those backlines, lock down the Queen of Pain, and then that Aghanim Shard able to just continue the pressure through onto him.
Oh, they
okay.
Ooh. I think he had a lot of one charges just to get that last hope ditch attempt out of the river. Storm Spirit back to safety goes. A quick snatch and grab of the DD.
And we've got Shadowblade coming out here for the Sven as well. I wonder if he's looking to build into a Silver Edge himself, just to make sure that he's able to prevent those further stacks from coming up if he's trying to man fight against this Troll Warlord. And hell, the passive crit can't hurt either.
Definitely cannot.
Fake Grenade is way too strong, man. Just giving a melee hero a 900 range that deals your attack damage.
Yeah.
Like, it's a Sven, right? Like, yeah. Oh, okay, just take an extra 500 damage from range.
The debuff is also really nice versus any blink heavy heroes that it's literally just an urn. We see a lot of times, like, you'll roll in, pop an urn on, say, an Earthshaker or, say, an Axe or someone like that, just to stop the blink and just make it so that's 7 seconds where the fight is a lot easier to take. And Vici Gaming into Roche they go. Dire, they've smoked up, however. Wall's up in 15 seconds, unfortunately. It's not going to be in time, and DY is in a beautiful spot to pop the smoke. Instantly looking for a fight, though.
Forward.
They don't want to take Roshan just yet. Oh, I thought they were going to commit for it.
They pop God Strength for this, though. If they spotted that out, I mean, just wait it out a little bit, you know? As long as you've got vision inside the pit. Borax is sitting nearby.
Scout it. 1-8. How can he start the fight? Again, just waiting out the God Strength, but Earth Spirit's on the low ground. They'll drop the Global Silence just to secure the kill, but now it's a big ultimate on cooldown. A BKB force wide open, but still Roche is in a respectable health pool that he's not going to fall. So a big item wasted from White Album and maybe Vici Gaming. Knowing this can go back in, even though they got the Global Silence on cooldown. Old 11's in such a powerful position just to waste as many abilities as possible, but when BKB, Battle Trance popped as well, has to rely on the attack speed to get the roots, and that's enough. They'll lock in the Timber Sword, but now with the backline, the help has come through. It's Poyoyo and Ori, another fall, stun lock as well. PYW straight on top of White Album, but a great timing of the vacuum allows White Album to get back to safety, and now they're locking on top of DY. Monet, he wants blood and he wants it now. They'll find the Silencer, a triple for your troll.
Roche is still up. They could just go in. No Echo Slam, no Global Silence, no mana on your Storm Spirit, who's finally picked up his Orchid 25 minutes in, but I don't know, I
They're
feel
gonna
like
commit.
he could confidently take this.
No BKB, no Battle Trance, but it's gonna be careful. God Strength is up in 5 seconds as well. Maybe they can burst through the Sven. His BKB's on cooldown as well, but they're targeting. What a punishment! Again! Another Sonic Wave as well. Somehow the troll, no, he'll fall. Is it gonna cost Ori his life? He's zipping back to safety. They're hunting on the Queen of Pain. White Album, he's locked onto his target. The blink straight on top of him. Storm's gonna fall. They'll deal with Ori. Now they can turn their attention to the supports, but Old 11 is not going to give them the opportunity. DY standing his ground, but again, another banishment will keep White Album alive. Maybe off to the side here, Borax can finally kill off the Earthshaker. He's been such a pesky support, the constant stun lock, but it looks like finally the team fight. We haven't even seen Roche fall yet.
No. Hold up, you couldn't just go in there and right-click Roche, could you?
And no one's got damage right now. Timber with DD,
baby.
oh, I'm scared. Borax, still. The supports have been the tail of this game. But Old 11,
3v1.
he's split from the team. He's so tanky. He's so beefy. How do you go through him?
Sven's alive.
Borax, he kills off the Earthshaker. This is space away from Roshan. Aster's gonna get it. White Albin got the Aegis. Borax should probably fall. We'll have enough mana here in a couple seconds with the stick. Banishment again. Lenham. That's not enough time. But they put themselves in a bit of a bizarre position from Aster to try and keep the Earth Spirit alive. But have they overset the mark? Poyoyo, BKB. Purge is going to kite him through the fight. Or he's straight on top of the Shadow Demon though. They recognize the importance of trying to bring down Lenham. They're able to do so successfully, finally. But it looks like Timber again, once you lock on top of him with the Battle Trance and get the roots, Monet can bring him down from full to 0.
Oh man, it is a bit of a relief, right? After 2 games that were very much one-sided, this is back and forth, neck and neck. That Roche could have got either team's way, and we're still less than 1k net worth in Vici Gaming's favor. No looking. What's the win probability?
Well, we're even here. Aster, 1,000 lead, 3 goals behind. 53% Vici?
Surprisingly, 68 to Aster.
Wow.
They're really valuing that Aegis, I suppose.
Would you say Dota Plus is on point with how they're putting Aster with a bit of an edge?
I mean, it's never wrong, you know, Gaben. Correct.
Of course not Daddy Gaben.
No, I mean, we've seen how many fights have been decided by the Shadow Demon, right? And
oh yeah,
I feel like it's heavily, you know, everyone was like, oh, Dota Plus just loves Spectre. Everyone loves Spectre. It just cannot do wrong, even if it's a 20k disadvantage. It'll still give him a shot. Maybe Shadow Demon's the new Spectre, you know?
Maybe. I mean, he's got Philosopher's Stone, so already Blink completed. Go Scepter next item. Great against the Storm, against the Sven. It's just PYW that's trying to get some me time by the Ancients. Is he going to get out? Yep. Just with the positioning on the Observer Ward. So, still there's a tier 1 tower mid, but White Album with the Aegis should be able to complete this one. He's got the level 20 talent. It's gone for the AoE Shadow Strike, so there could be a lot of sustain from the Queen of Pain if he gets multiple heroes with this.
I wonder what he's going to skill up at level 20 on Monet, whether he's going to go into the damage or a little bit of evasion to combat against the Sven.
Evasion's great this game. Even Storm, like this is a hero that does rely on your right clicks. You wouldn't really expect it as much, but just you need those overloads coming through, and if you miss, well, it's going to mitigate a lot of the damage. So I feel like he could definitely go either or.
Hell, even the Silencer, right? You avoid a few of those hits. It's nearly 30 minutes in, and he doesn't have 500 mana. That's how low the Troll's mana pool is, mostly due to his intelligence gains. Sven is hiding off to the trees to the right side. Could he go for a play here with the Silver Edge? He's just cutting the wave.
Oh, yo. The cojones on this guy. Lenham's got a sentry.
No. Oh, no. Oh.
Wait, is he just going for a kill instead? Godstrand pop fort.
Got him.
Mid lane, Queen of Pain might get picked off as well. Silence isn't enough to protect the Quap, it's not. Now for the Aegis respawn, all the lockdowns used initially, but White Album's actually going to blink on forward, get a kill into the TP out.
Over here now. Coin for me.
Well, it was a lot used.
Yeah.
Don't even know who wins out that trade. I mean, support for support, DD
like
bottled.
Dire's middle tower is
yeah,
under attack.
BKB charges used.
Yeah, that's Aegis as well. Sonic Wave, pretty big cooldown. I don't know if BKB was 6 seconds previously, but it's now down at the lowest. Also, the Earth Spirit used his 9-second BKB. They might get Poyoyo top. Farming underneath an Observer Ward. He doesn't have a TP, so he cannot BKB TPR. His Courier is coming, but still the TP's on cooldown for another 30. They need detection. Can the Earth Spirit provide it? Oh, what a roll! Borax, pinpoint accuracy. No escape for Poyoyo Sven.
Tip that man.
No tips. China's a little bit more respectable, it looks like, at the moment here.
I was being very respectful. I was saying tip the Earth Spirit. He's done very well. You gotta... He'd be feeling it. Come on.
Oh yeah, what a role like that. You see all these position fours, it feels like they're all the playmakers. You can go through the list of position fours and there is just a ridiculously
Dire's
long
bottom
list of
tower is
how
under
many
attack.
stupidly
Radiant's
strong
top tower
Earth
is
Spirit
under
players
attack.
there are.
And Borax has been doing it for years, not just
Oh, yeah.
on the Earth
Dire's
Spirit, you know.
bottom
He was
tower is
like,
under
he
attack.
did pos for Monkey King, for God's sake.
Yeah, this man's crazy. But Boca is crazy.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom
Didn't
tower
know.
is under attack.
I thought Messi went to PSG, not to
Radiant's
Aster.
tower is
Top
under
play,
attack.
bottom, sorry, Borax.
Radiant's top tower
Setting
has
up
fallen.
for the follow-up TPs, but 3 of them don't join him, so they are very disconnected right now. Let's see Vici Gaming, with this awareness, how they want to play the map.
They just smoked underneath an observer ward, just out of range from the sentry that they
Dire are
placed down
scanning.
previously. So it's going to
Dire's
be a big
bottom
loss for them
tower
as
is
they
under
get the Ghost
attack.
Scepter delivered, I believe, to the
bottom
Shadow
tower
Demon.
has fallen.
He's still holding onto that Philosopher's Stone though. I feel like the Psychic Headband would be much more value.
PY don't. What? What? How do you know? PYW
said.
was shadow him into a TP and he just randomly rolled and they got detection? He bought a gem. He's like, alright, I've had enough of this. Is he actually gonna survive?
Is this one of those games, like, he has an Ion Shell on him? You should be able to see if they're invis. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not the biggest Darkseer player. But, like, Earth Spirit's just too thick that you might not be able to see, you know?
He's a chunky man. We're 33 minutes in and this game is pretty much dead even. What's the probability? It's still sticking around. Well, you said it was 68% previously. It's now 63, so...
Yeah,
bit
losing
down.
that Aegis definitely harmed it for our Aster fans here. And that's level 20 on Borax as well. So he's got that extra 3 seconds to the Geomagnetic Grip Silence. Going to be huge if he's able to get it off onto the Silencer in particular.
6.5 seconds potentially with that silence duration. Such a ridiculously long time on a 13-second cooldown.
They're going to go for a smoke here. They're walking behind Monet just as he pushes out this lane. Wonder if perhaps the previous kill onto Lennon leads them to think that, well, okay, Boyoyo likes to sit in the trees and just try and pick us off, but he's going to reveal on the bottom side, and I mean, did they see him on top previously? Because if they did, then they'll know. The only way he's getting from top to bottom is with a TP, so they can just take complete control over this top side of the map, push it in, force him to come back.
Troll's almost got the Satanic completed for the Sven. Is working on his Satanic next as well. The Solcuras finally picked up for him. That extra armor. It's going to mitigate a lot of the Troll's damage here. See Vici Gaming with this item pickup. Looking to try and take a fight. They can get this high ground advantage, but... Oh, Borax actually going to roll in, pops a smoke with the instant BKB. And Ice magnetized onto multiple heroes. They're trying to target down the Storm off to the eastern side. But the ultimate even dropped as well. So a lot forced out here for the first round of abilities, and now that's going to enable Ori to zip on forward. He's protected with the Global Silence, so there's no way to punish the Storm at the moment. A 1-for-1, but the buyback's going to come through. So Vici Gaming strength in numbers, forcing Aster to look to reset the fight. Maybe if they can get back up to their high ground, but they don't have the wall available for XXS, but they're going to set up some reinforcements here. They've got the Observe Ward as well, so nice awareness from Aster. Making sure they can fall back into a powerful position just to prevent Vici Gaming from getting more.
Yeah, Borax being the one to make that initial incursion there, didn't have any earn charges, unfortunately, so his job of taking care of the Earthshaker was on the Queen of Pain to do, and she did a fantastic job at that.
Roche is up. We saw what could happen last time around the Roche pit, and might be the same this time as well, Radiant. And nearby... I mean, a lot was used though. Global Silence, the buyback from the Earthshaker, and Roche is falling pretty low and they're not coming around in the area. Maybe this is going to be a freebie. Not what we saw from first Roshan.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Jump in.
The shard over to...
Nice fissure straight on top of Lennon. That's a target you need to bring down to start the fight. They're able to do so successfully. Monet, this is an early use of the battle trance along with the BKB. He's getting nothing out of it. Wide open, looking to jump in forward as well. They haven't locked onto any tiers but the silencer. So they deal with the support, but it's not really valuable without the global silence. Now you got to be careful of Wide Open. The Queen of Pain, too antsy. Overzealous with his jump in, will be penalized. Another no BYW just shy. Slide on the Echo Slam, not long enough range. But can they look to punish for more? Old 11, silence up, Lotus Orb, not able to purge it. Such a long duration with the talent from the silence. He's going to roll in as well. They'll set up for the bashes. They'll set up for the roots. And Old 11 falls.
Man,
Oh, they found DY.
Constantly. Oh,
Okay, he just bought back, so this is a pretty big kill too. He should be down for at least 80, I believe. 77, close enough. And Aster, big opportunity now. Maybe they lose Borax. He's got 3,100 health to go through. Maybe they even turn on Ori. Why not? But, nah, going that deep. They don't want to give them any opportunity to get back in this one.
how many times do you see like
Dire's top tower is under attack.
40-minute phase boots being picked up by a position 5 silencer? Because, you know, not only is he getting chunked down by a few of these right clicks coming through from the Queen of Pain, I honestly think a lot of it is just due to the movement speed. You know, he's getting slowed down so much by this Earth Spirit. Queen of Pain's just trying to stick onto both him and the Earth Shaker that he's tired of it. He wants to be able to move a little bit more freely.
Positioning.
30 seconds.
See if that helps. Radiant. They've got Glyph. They did not cut bot, unfortunately. So they're going to have to rely on this. But double catapults for Aster. And they can siege through the objectives at an incredible rate.
I love that they tanked it up as well. White Album and XXS, making sure that the creep wave, for the vast majority, survives, as well as those double siege creeps, so they can get on out. They know that someone's going to have to come and defend this, otherwise the noble effigies will end up going down as well. This Troll 1 might be gone for this world.
So while we got a little bit of time here, thoughts on the Queen of Pain Aghanim Shard, because that was the target they gave the Rose Shard over to.
I mean, extra silence is never a bad thing, right? Oh. He's making a super deep sip there on Ori, splitting the difference between all 4 heroes on Aster that were in the area. I mean, yeah, if you're able to get on top of the Silencer, if you're able to get on top of the Earthshaker, they have nothing that's going to be able to get rid of that slight silence, and that can often be all you need to be able to take him out.
Yeah, and maybe once he hits this level 25 talent too from the Queen of Pain, at -2 seconds in the blink, puts it down to 4, and that is a consistent amount of spam for this. I mean, it already has, of course, the Orchid, that early item pickup, and then even the Aghanim Shard to lather in the lockdown. Old 11's a bit away from the team.
Just lathering it in.
Yeah, he's showering stuns and silences. Timber can do that sometimes. I don't know about the rest of Radiant. 75% probability. Witchbane. Alright.
Oh,
how are we feeling about this bad boy? Yeah.
Busted. I mean, think about it, right? Dispels debuffs. Like, honestly, this is the best item that you could possibly hope for if you're on the... Tell me it was on the Aster side. Okay.
Yeah.
What do they have that you want to dispel?
A lot of silences. A lot of silences.
Global silence, press your neutral item, you are not silenced. And if your team is around you, they are not silenced. It's only 300 radius, so it's not huge, but still, pretty damn good.
Is the passive pretty decent as well?
Tight.
Yeah, we're mainly for the active. Old 11. Starting on the Timber, level 25, not the easiest way to go with the Chain Lockdown. Straight on top of Borax, but once again, it's the story of the Shadow Demon. This consistent banishment just to keep these heroes alive. Straight on top of Monet, XXS, back onto 2. When Nate's already going to use the combination early through the first life, he's getting kited deeper and deeper inside the base. Now with the BKB, Battle Trance wasted. Already again, jump in the backline, but there's no follow-up damage at the moment. They're trying to target down the burst, and it's there. Sonic Wave as well. White Album, can he do it by himself with the BKB? But he's already blinked in, so no escape. As Vici Gaming, what a hold.
Fantastic hold, great use of abilities all throughout. I think maybe they might have been able to make a bit more happen. XXS was actually able, with his Wall of Replica, to get the Sven, and I think he could have cleaned up DY if he was a little bit more on point with his micro, but just went back to farming, wanted to, you know, try and get up to his next item, which is going to be pretty big in the Refresher Shard. But
Lenham.
Dire's middle tower.
How's he still got half mana to play with? What? I swear he's from out of base.
did he come from base or the outpost?
He came
It
from.
would have to be outpost, right?
Yeah, it must have been. I didn't. I just kind of saw the direction, and I'm like, he's still got mana. What's going on?
Yeah, that fountain
Wait,
regen
they have no
is no joke.
buybacks.
No buybacks. How
No
long
God
is it?
strength.
Dire's
So-
middle tower is under
They're a
attack.
fair way away. The only one remotely close to buyback is the Sven, and he's not really all that concerned. I mean, he's got it now. He's going to be able to continue pushing. Still 35 seconds until the God Strength, but you can't mount a defense with just this Darkseer and the Earth Spirit. You need the ultimates minimum.
Should be at least a melee down bot as well here from Vici Gaming. I mean, Flamethrower is such a crazy ability to help siege.
Dire's
Wow,
bottom barracks
Vici
are
Gaming,
under
all of a
attack.
sudden, one team fight back in it.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Have a look at the old win probability, and yeah, as
Skyrocket.
expected.
Stupendous.
Love to see it for Vici Gaming fans. 7,000 net worth lead. A mass economic advantage now, along with the objectives as well. Timber, overwhelming blink, his next item. Poyoyo, 4,700 gold in the bank, has the Abyssal Blade queued up. DY almost 4-staff, that's going to help out here with his survivability. There's some big items. 8th lens on PYW. We've seen how clutch his constant chain lockdown can be. You know, we haven't seen this Earthshaker in a long time, but you know, the fissure into the enchant totem is ridiculous. We've also seen him get some pretty bonkers echo slams as well. And I mean, even Ori, he's looking for, what's he looking for? Is it Bloodstone?
On Ori?
Yeah, he
Yes.
disassembled the Kaya and Sanji. Yeah, Bloodstone completed.
Just holding a Sanj in your backpack, you know? Why not?
Rich life from Ori. Any
He's gonna go back into it.
key 25s that we got to keep our eyes out for? Looks like Storm's got the Overload tack bounce. We might
What
not
is
get an
everyone
opportunity though, actually. Dire smoked up, Radiant smoked up as well. Old 11's the only person showing on the map going against the Timbersaw with 3,700 health, and all the effective health that you can get from your abilities is looking to be too difficult of a task to bear.
I'm honestly looking more at the level 20 chance. Oh, we've got a bit of a backstab here. This is exactly how you want to do it if you're Aster. Oh, just able to get away.
They might oh, Borax? He's rolling aggressive. He's still pretty beefy. There's the constant lockdown. Can he get the BKB off? Lenham's able to protect him this time with the banishment, but now it's on cooldown. Great use of the Vactor, able to get the illusions, the global silence, maybe protecting Poyoyo, but they've committed all of the BKBs super early, so they're gonna turn! Poyoyo crits down Borax, or the control sets up for a massive Echo Slam! So much damage coming through from Vici Gaming. Now they can target Monet. He doesn't have the BKB to protect him. Now with the disarm, doing 0 damage through the battle trance, it's now about to expire! And this Sven, he'll win the man fight, and can he live to survive the day? He cannot. The poison will tick him out, but Vici Gaming, they've done the damage. 3 down, make it a 4th. No buybacks. XXS is in trouble as well. A long-range fissure followed up with the enchant totem. XXS. Oh, just to safety.
Yeah, Trickster's cloak's away, but I mean, they're hesitant to call this one because this is the last game of the series, but how are you going to come back into this? You're off on the sidelines for
Dire's
70
top tower
seconds with
is under
only a
attack.
Darkseer able to save you. Yeah, maybe if you could put an Ion Shell onto a tower or something, but
Dire's top
I don't see
tower
that happening
has
anytime
fallen.
soon.
Dire's top tower.
Well, they don't have the Sven to push, but Timber the Flamethrower still at least giving them some capability. Looks like they're aware potentially. PYW. I thought he was trying to stop the Darkseer from cutting. He's trying to pick up the bounty, which is not enough gold for the buybacks. Troll needs 130 gold. There's still a bounty top 2. Wait, XXS? XXS? He's got buyback. I have to imagine that's 5 seconds wasted. I don't know.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Full clarity, I'm not watching this right now. I'm having a look at the replay of that fight just to see if during the global Monet did use the Witchbane or not, because they were all caught around that global.
T4s are falling. Trolls up in 5 seconds. Mega creeps on the card here for Aster. Down 22,000 gold. Vici Gaming have just been executing these fights on another level. What do we feel like is going wrong through these fights for Aster? Is it Troll can't lock onto these heroes? Like, is the team fights Vici just playing them to another level? What do we need to see from Aster?
It's a little bit of everything, to be honest.
Well, Monet?
For me, it's PYW.
Hang on, Monet?
He's
gonna pop BKB super early. Now without the battle trance, so if he uses this one, they could potentially disarm him. Global's out. Controlling for the moment, or he's gonna zip him once again onto multiple heroes, setting up for the Echo Slam! He's got a buyback! Look at the beautiful connection coming through from Vici Gaming! Their consistent teamfight prowess. Maybe Ori might be punished. Borax zipping him forward here. Roll back to safety. White Albin's gonna jump straight on top of the backline here. Is it enough? He'll kill off the Timber. They don't have the damage at the moment. Puyoyo's getting controlled. The buyback's coming into play. Radiant, they have the outpost control. Is it gonna be enough? Monet locks onto the Sven. Another Timbersaw. He's gonna be careful actually. Old 11. Chain away. Borax has got the roll. Can he lock on? Finds him. Potentially can kick back into Monet. They need a root. They found it. The first hit's there. Potentially bash as well. Another root. They'll lock him in, but Ori to the rescue. Isn't enough. The Verkin stops him. They'll still kill off the Earth Spirit, but it doesn't matter. Monet has done the dirty work. The damage is there.
It is, and Roche is up. It's a little bit of a reward for them. Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard. I mean, if he's able to get that Refresher Shard, honestly, on any of the Troll or the Darkseer, it's going to be enormous for being able to give them that little bit of extra oomph that they need to come back from this Mega Creep deficit. But again, it was another team fight. I looked it back. I looked at that team fight. Witchbane was not used to combat the global silence, so it's a pretty big misstep to just sit there and take it.
Now at least he has the extra life, XXS, with the Refresher Shard as well. Even got the Aghanims too. Maybe. He's almost got level 25. The parallel wall. If he wants the AoE surge, we could have 4 wolves to play with for Team Aster. They've cut this deficit to an 11,000 lead, still going up against Mega Creeps. But Aster holding strong.
Who defends against this though? Like, you kind of have to wait for them to just run at you. You can see Storm Spirit positioning himself down towards this bottom side. His zips in, and the AoE electric vortexes have been on point for Ori, but
oh yeah, they have.
It hasn't been enough.
They've been
even PYW. His Echo Slams have been picture perfect, except for that one outside the Roche pit where he was centimeters short.
The Aghanim's Vortex from Ori just to drag back multiple heroes in a clumped up area. They've been ridiculous with how they're executing these fights, and you know it's going to come down to Aster. You got to get Silencer, you got to get the Earthshaker. If you can get Storm as well, that's great. The only issue is like Radiant have very good counter initiation with all their stuns and the way just to gap close and kind of disrupt the instant burst. So late game Dota can be so messy, and it's not going to be easy for either team.
I mean, for mine, late game Dota is more about holding your buyback than having that next item that's going to win you the game, right? Because what difference is realistically like another 3,000 network worth item going to make, unless it's something like a BKB, versus having 2 of all of your other items, you know? And right now, the only one that's remotely close to getting it is the Queen of Pain.
Well, we've got some aesthetic cap on the clock. She's also got the 25 Lincoln's block. That's going to be so difficult to kill her with already one defensive capability from the talent, and then also you got BKB with your item, and then also this neutral item that gives you a debuff whenever you're... Well, sorry, it gives you 50% status resistance whenever a debuff is applied. It also reduces that initial stun too. So if they hex, it's not the full duration. It's halved instantly.
And particularly against an Earthshaker, that's, I think, what she's
Huge.
holding it for. Multiple times she's been caught out by the Great Chain
Old
lockdown by
11.
PYW.
Where he just Timber Trade into Aster. Has to pop a BKB.
KB.
And what is
This
that
range
range?
on Shaker
Hang
is
on.
nuts. Yeah.
The 25
I mean, he's not even
talent.
holding the Psychic Headband either.
Borax? He's disconnected. Maybe XXS. There's the first use of the wall with the Global Silence. Enabling them trying to bring down Borax, but DY is in a bizarre position from your Silencer. So now, a lack in numbers for Vici Gaming as they're forced to retreat straight on top of the Timber Saw. Can they lock him down again? All eyes on the Storm Sprint to try and disrupt them, but he's not
Echo's coming.
fast enough. And now they're going to be careful. Echo again. PYW. It's enough to kill off Lenham, but they haven't killed off any key components of the cause. Monet locking it onto Poyoyo. The bashes are out. The attack speed stacking up here for the further. And now once the BKB expires, they can rip apart the Sven. Poyoyo will fall.
Oh, man. They still have to deal with the base, though. There's constant threats towards their base. White Album, he doesn't have any mana. Forced to swap in the bottle. He gets it delivered by his courier just so that
No,
they can
the
try and
tower.
keep him alive.
Not
Get the
tower.
siege straight.
Oh, what's going on mid? Alright, hang on this pop. Not the tower!
Alright, so it's at the 165 now on XXS. He's used it 3 separate times. Here we go. This is anti-Mega Creep Gaming. You gotta get in there. That tower's gonna go down.
Duh. Unhealable
range creep
damage.
on the right.
33,
On the right.
13. Ah! Thrones exposed. Now this gives Radiant a potential play to make. Mid lane though, eyes on. Ori, back Abyssal. Okay. Just the safety. PYW looking to rejoin them though. DY again is very far on the front line. Detection, unfortunately. They've still got the gem though. Monet first hit bash, even committing the BKB. They want to get rid of the Silencer here. Monet should be able to do so, but Silencer's got a buyback. You've got to get out. You have to get out. Timber's up in 1, Sven's up in 15, and they're out
Aegis
here.
gone in 5.
Wow. Probably, what, 19,000 net worth lead for Vici is now being cut to a 1,000 lead. Aster continuing to hold the mega creeps.
I gotta say though, it's another fight where we didn't see Witchbane used. And
It could be costly.
yeah, I mean, like I said before, Dota is a hectic game at times. There is so much going on in these guys' heads. What's going on here? Are they trying to catch someone? Nope, they're just
Securing
throwing
the
out random
arcane.
spells. Why not?
That's a big one, securing that one for Storm.
But yeah, essentially being like one item down versus your enemy carry, like you've got a Penta-Edge sword on Sven. That's all he needs to worry about is me right-click. And he doesn't have to concern himself with anything else. What could Trollwaller be using? That's a better question. He could use a Penta himself.
Worthy tribute.
He could use a Paladin sword. Great items to have if you're not going to actually use the Witchbane. It could surprise me though. You know, he might have just been baiting me. Subverting expectations.
Well, I mean, it's going to do so much damage, that Witchbane versus the Storm, the Timber,
Sure.
and the Silencer. Like, they've got really high mana pools. Like, percent damage is always a lot. It's very hard. Like, I can't make a judgment right now of how much damage Witchbane is actually doing. I haven't seen the item enough. But, like, on paper, when you look at all these high max mana heroes, like, you'd think it's still going to do a lot.
But I mean, if you're against a Silencer, you gotta use it to dispel the silence, right?
White Album.
You gotta get back, Monet.
There's that debuff. It's got a 30-second cooldown with the aesthetic cap. How close to 30s are we? Poyoyo 29, Old 11 29 as well.
Close. What could Lanham look to get here? Just more charges the disruption. Why not? When he reaches level 25.
That's beautiful. It just, the story of the series, it's felt like it's been the supports. How they've been able to keep their cores alive. This is an incredible position, though, from Vici. A high ground power position like this. But
They got
Old
tons of
11?
buybacks, though.
Old 11? Again, the timber chain across the map. Can they get nearby to protect him? He's so goddamn beefy. BKB Bloodstone used super early on here. Trying to lock on top of him once again. This aftershock range is ridiculous.
Not just the aftershock range, the goddamn totem. He's got the psychic headband. He's got the Fisher range. He's got the Octarine core. How much cast range does one need?
Long zip in, who they're able to find. Ori doesn't start on top of one of the heroes. I'll catch up the Darkseer, still moving a little bit XXS, locking on top of Monet. Satanic Pop, Global Silence as well. Monet, is he going to continue to stick his ground? Poyo is falling incredibly low here. Poyo can't get the Satanic off. Lenham's on the high ground. Is this enough damage? Oh, the cleave is back up to full. Maybe they can go back in. A long zip in, straight on top of the Troll Warlord. The stun's there, but the back two is stuck on the high ground, but they've cleaved him down. No Troll Warlord, no Lenham as well. A chaotic fight. They've got to be careful of their base. It's Borax. He's in no man's land. The cheese is eaten, but he should fall. All the buybacks are going to be forced out instantly.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
The Darkseer Wall of Replica illusion inside the Roche pit just destroyed the courier that had the Hyperstone on it.
Oh,
what a meme. That was the Bloodthorn.
This is your Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, Aghanims, Dire, and not giving them an opportunity to take it. Smoking outside the base. Thrones exposed. They have to get something out of this. But a perfect timing of the fissure. Oh no. Now they're outside and they don't have everyone for this. They're going to have to try and take one last stance, but they're grouped up. Ori again. What a vortex drag back! He's taking so much damage. He's got to be careful. Double Storm Hammer. It's enough to kill off the Darkseer, but at least he's got a buyback.
And still holding on to that Ag's blessing in his backpack. Ends up giving it over to the Timbersaw just for that little bit of extra control. Coming through with the double chakra.
Borax.
Speaking of level 30s, he's nearly 30 as well. That extra will and death attribute reduction.
They're coming for you. Lenham as well. They go for the charges and the disruption.
Yeah.
Even Flicker. Okay. White Elven has protection. The new Trident. Once again, the banishment coming to play. A beautiful wall. Ori, back out to safety. They need a lock on top of Lenham. Sven's going to be able to do so, but the instant answer in the Abyssal Blade as well from Monet. Poyayo protected thanks to the global silence of the Purge, forcing no retreat, but they found the fissure. Queen of Pain. Great timing. Blink away. Old 11? Old 11? He's going to fall. The Neck God's getting so greedy with his positioning. Now the banishment's out. They've been able to catch up Poyoyo Ori once again. At least he's able to keep the Sven alive, but the Hex is there to bash one after another. Borax as well. Catches out the Sansa. You got to be cautious of the throne.
So, that time, it wasn't on the Neck God. We know that he loves to go in deep, but it wasn't on him. It was probably the only poor play that PYW has made entire game. But he fissured off the entire ramp up into the Dire base. So you had 4 Radiant heroes just standing outside, not able to do anything. Sure, Storm Spirit probably could have, but other than that, absolutely nothing. So now they're forced to bide their time. They'll wait 20 seconds until tier 5 items. I haven't seen any of the new tier 5 items come up
I think there's
yet.
just one, right? And someone was saying it's super busted. It's actually ridiculously busted.
One?
Yes, it's stupid. It's ridiculous. I hope.
Reflect 35%
It's
of the damage.
stupid. 1-8. Timino buyback. Storm up in 40, but he's got buyback. We've seen Monet, this late game prowess, just locking onto heroes. He's been able to man fight the Sven.
Radiant
So stupid.
are
Just
fortified.
so stupid. This goddamn Earthshaker, man.
Radiant's
Also, another
middle
thing,
tower is
Storm's up
under
in 20,
attack.
and his Courier's up in 40, so that's going to be the Bloodthorn. It might be that little bit of extra damage that they need to take out a target.
They don't have
Radiant's
Quap as
middle
well.
tower has
She
fallen.
can boots her travel 2 onto a friendly hero. Alright, alright. First tier
That's the way it's
5s
gonna be nice.
I've seen at least with the new patch. instantly in the inventory. No messing around for Monet. MKB backpacked as well.
Oh, there it is. He's like, what? He's probably reading it. Like, what does this do? Hold on.
35% damage is absolutely bonkers. I'm trying not to. It's stupid.
He ended up dropping the, what is it, Nightbane? Is that what it's called? Witchbane. So Shaker's picked it up.
Okay.
I don't know how crazy I am about that. You know, for me, I want that on a hero that's going to be in the middle of a team fight where, you know, an Earth Spirit's been able to get off a massive geomagnetic grip, you know, long silence.
I do think, though, the Earthshaker has been a prime component for Vici Gaming's team fight.
Oh, yeah.
And I think if the Earth Spirit gets on top of him, then, you know, that could cause immense amount of chaos. So at least having your own purge, we got some more neutral items. There's going to be 5 tier. Oh my god, I remember there was 5
of them,
but
baby.
like it's just hit me again that I'm so used to seeing 4 tier 5s. Like that enough is busted. But every single hero is going to have a tier 5 neutral item.
Unless they get Spell Prism, because that's still busted.
And Dire actually have only found 2 right now. Like they're trying to hit some neutrals, maybe off the Ancients. There we go, Pirate Hat, not the greatest. Book of the Dead, I think that's, yep, the 5th one for Radiant. So we'll take a quick look at all of theirs.
I mean, Necro units, when the enemy have Mega Creeps, is always going to be good.
Yeah. Apex on PYW, 3,200 health. Timber's got the Ex Machina, so refreshing Beacon, refreshing Halberd actually could be really important as well to kite the Troll, extra Lotus Orb. He might not have enough, he's got 3k mana, but could use another Bloodstone. Oh, speaking
underneath.
Speaking about Old 11, jump on him at the moment. There's the Book of the Dead. Man, White Album hits so fast. That Pirate Hat. Machine Gun, Queen of Pain. How do they want to take this? DD on Ori. Again, thrown. What's the health at? Max health at the moment. Jump up works. He's actually going to dodge the zip in. The Hex is out. Not able to lock on top of the Storm, but they found the Timber Sword at the moment, but they're targeting out the Earthshaker instead. Such an important hero to be able to bring down, but he's got a buyback. Can he rejoin the team with the Boots of Travel? The Global Silence is out. They're trying to man-fight this friend at the moment. The Bastions are there. Poyoyo locking on top of the support of the backline with a 4-star forward. They were able to burst through the Earth Spirit, but now with the Sonic Wave pushing them away, Poyoyo is wasted the BKB. Now they can target down Old 11 as well. The Silence is there. He's still got another round of the BKB. Straight back in, Poyoyo, but it needs a Hex. Now without the BKB, the Shake is up. The aggro slam, look at the control. Is it going to be enough? He's winning the man fight. The raid boss at the Troll Wallet is at the moment. They're so close to the base that the buybacks are coming in clutch from Aster, but they're unable to lock on top of anyone. Monet straight on top of the Silencer is able to bring him down. The Storm Spirit next as well. That's a dieback. Monet, an ultra kill.
This game's not over yet. Ancient somehow still surviving all throughout all of that. XXS was just on creep defense duty. He's playing tower defense, a completely different game to everyone else here. Give them that little bit of extra time. They'll get those last 2 neutral items.
This is China Dota at its finest. A 60-minute game where it's back and forth, where Aster being able to hold from a 20,000 deficit for Mega Creeps, which I don't even remember when they were going up against Megas. It's been 20 minutes plus at least. And the fact that they have the net worth lead is ridiculous.
Now, is the Giant's Ring the best item for Troll Warlord to be holding on to?
He's a big boy. It may enable him not to get kited. Maybe it's for the aesthetic value.
I mean, when he pops that BKB, oof. He's thick.
Yeah, dig boy. They still are missing out on 1. Wait, they gave the Desolator to the Earth Spirit. He's got it backpacked.
I mean, I feel like it's just a, let's try and end the game Desolator, you know?
Yeah, making sure. They're still needing a tier 5. Hit some neutrals, guys.
Ends up going even further, messing up his timings. It's a long game. It's 65 minutes. Ended up skipping this creep wave that's now trying to push in on the bottom side. I'm sure they'll look to hopefully get their last tier 5 item. And it's an Arcanist armor. Of course it is. Cop's so close to 30 as well.
Any other 30s? We got Sven, Timber, Storm, and the Troll. So they've got every single talent in the arsenal now. And Quap will be soon to join them. Rapier. Oh, she's gonna hit so hard.
Rapier pirate hat. Let's
I
go,
actually
baby.
like they have really struggled to kill Clop with this. Oh, of course, because she's got pirate hat, so she doesn't have the debuff neutral item, which was really big at keeping her alive multiple times.
Yeah.
What's Sven got queued up? Still looking for Moonshard. He's got Force Boots too. Is there not another item he wants? I guess there's been big issues with him getting kited.
Yeah, the Dispel is also pretty important. 750 units is a fair amount. When it's this late, and we've got people running around with no boots, you know, Force Boots, it's a pretty healthy substitute.
Have you seen the probability lately? If you haven't, let's give out a guess.
Oh, man. Let's say 60-40.
78 Radiant.
Oh,
Daddy Gaben
no
with the Mega
faith.
Creeps. Poyoyo. He's underneath the ward.
Oh, they're hungry. Gets away with that overwhelming blink.
Do you like that he's gone the overwhelming instead of the swift blink to maybe help him not get kited as much with the movement speed?
Yeah, it's a little bit concerning. And maybe just wanting the strength so that he can survive that little bit longer, but it's only 25. Roche, they're camping around 10 seconds away.
Oh, Manate just got the Ag Shard. Not that I think it's very good at all, but maybe the status resistance could be really nice. Attack speed as well for maybe the Queen of Pain. Old 11? They do a lot of damage. Reactive armor.
Oh, that soul
There's
capture!
the soul capture coming into play. The percent damage, Old 11. Able to get the BKB, but
again, though.
that is your global silence used. Okay. Roche is up now. 5th Roche of the game, I believe. So
Yes. The Necrobook units have scouted it out. Gone, but not forgotten. I reckon they should just go on a bit of a rat mission, you know?
yeah. Shove out the lanes. They've got the outpost. This could be massive here for Dire. For a Roche fight, but the only issue is that, well, Roche is gone. Dire are not able to contest it. Free Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, and the Aghanims. Ags over to the Silencer at the moment. Sven doesn't have his own Ags.
How do you feel about that? AoE Last Word isn't that good.
I don't want a Silencer
Oh,
to
no,
be
no, actually,
any...
sorry. Level 25, Last Word mutes. Scratch that. Great item.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. My only issue is I really... Like, Silencer has to be so on point with his positioning. And
He's got
like...
the A on disc, though.
So he's holding Refresher 2. Aegis. Where's the Aegis? What do we got? It's on Ori. Cheese is on PYW 2. Aster. Maybe an opportunity for them to get outside the base. And we're looking to try and prevent the outpost control. These Necro books, they're on a mission.
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
Oh, what a game. Borax is playing on the front. How do you start this, Monet? Charging forward with the troll. Borax off the mark on the roll, unfortunately. Maybe this puts him in a very awkward positioning.
Spirit.
Gems dropped as well. And Monate's got to be pretty careful too. He's got that movement speed thanks to the Giant's Ring. Even surged up just in case. Old 11? Look at the soul capture again. Bashes are out. Can they get the BKB off? A great timing on the fissure that enables him to get the protection, but still the bashes raining down on him. He's able to get the Timber Chain away. Sonic Wave just off the mark, but up with the BKB expiring. Old 11. No, the Machina giving him a second round of the Magic Immunity. They're back in straight on top of the Tall Warlord. You have to hope that he's got a buyback, and that he does. They've dealt with the Ages. They're going to try and turn to deal with Sven next. But you've got to be cautious here, because Ori's in trouble. Fissure not enough to protect him. Ori doesn't have a buyback. White Album's able to jump in as well. They've dropped the Echo, but PYW can't kite them through and through. The Cheese doesn't give him enough. They're straight on top of the Silencer as well. Their heroes don't have buyback. This might be a third without buyback as well. It's still on cooldown for the Silencer. Team Aster. Mega creeps down. This might be an opportunity.
Now, They do. I mean, this is the time for the Earth Spirit. He's been holding that Stygian Desolator for so long. It is like, all right, guys, it's time. We need to make use of it. You're not going to get a better opportunity than right now. It's so rare that you have a time when you're against Mega Creeps where you can actually take a fight on the enemy side of the map without the threat of Rat coming at your door. And it feels like this is the time that they have to just go. They need that backdoor protection gone, though. Mid lane seems like the go. Koyo should just be in the jungle.
He's
like,
underneath the ward. He's underneath the ward. Buyback on cooldown for 30 as well. A jump in. White Album with a follow. He's got the rapier and White Album just getting melted.
No buyback. 20 seconds. But, I mean, for me, that is potentially ending the game or minimum forcing Glyph, you know? And maybe taking some of the pressure off yourself by having super creeps pushing in the mid lane as well. You can see the effect of super creeps means that bot lane is actually pushing quite well. You know, it'll be the Radiant that have to try and deal with it very shortly.
1-8 picked up the rapier. They're all in on Aster. A double rapier for the Queen of Pain. They've got 3 in the arsenal now, but the buybacks are flowing in. Is it enough for Vici Gaming to stall out the one opportunity that Aster might have? The break is out. Look at the damage. Sven just pulled back. No. White Album blinks forward. Sonic Wave. Is that all? Is that all she wrote? Trolls on top of the timber now as well. Aster, they might have just done it. 2 down. You've got a buyback on the timber saw. Instantly's going to use it. That has to be the wombo combo PYW. It's a massive echo slam. Rapier's on the deck. 2 down for the Queen of Pain. She buys back instantly with the boots of travel. She should be able to pick him up, and she does. Oh, now Radiant, they don't have their ultimates. They'll glyph to delay. All hopes are on the storm, but the Hex is out. Another beautiful vac, and that is all she wrote. Old 11 maybe can get the chain away. I don't think 3 heroes can do it versus 3 rapiers. T4s are down, Throne is down, and Aster. Mega Creeps come back, and they take the series 2-1.
Oh my god. Well, not using the Witchblade didn't bite them on the ass, thankfully enough, but man, what a comeback. And it's not like they even played badly on Vici. You know, they were baiting so amazingly with the Timber Saw. PYW again and again and again, just landing these perfect lockdown combinations. But the power of that disruption, able to stop these team fights multiple times. And then towards the end of the game, XXS, that wall of replica just becomes so much stronger as the game progresses. That percentage damage increasing further and further. And then Aster, eventually they just said, we're done with this game. Let's flip the switch. Let's go Rapier, Pirate Hat, full right-click mode. And it was enough to pick out the key targets and take them to victory. And that is just our first series of the day. We've been going for 3.5 hours already.
Holy shit. What a game. What a series. Our first series for the I-League. We're on day 3 of the groups. That was Vici's introduction to the group stages as well. A Mega Creeps throw for them, unfortunately. 106,000 damage dealt on Troll Warlord. They ended it in triple Rapier fashion. That is just leading us into potentially just an exciting second series as well. We've got RNG versus Invictus Gaming to end the night. I don't know if it can get as close to what that series was, but boy, am I excited. We'll see you guys soon after a quick break.